Hey guys, Showstopper 414 here, coming at you with another PlanetSide 2 video. So, in today's video, we will be talking about the spawn beacon. For those who don't know, the spawn beacon is a piece of equipment you can stick on the ground, and as you see here, fall from the sky in a drop pod right into the battle. So, first things first is you're probably wondering, well, how do I get a spawn beacon? Well, what you have to do is you have to go and spend 100 certs to get the initial spawn beacon. But you're probably then wondering, well, it's not in my inventory, what's the problem? Well, what you need to do is first start up a squad, and you need to be the leader of that squad. So, if you're having trouble becoming a squad leader, or having troubles leading the squad, go over to my previous video where we talk about building a squad and leading it once you have it. So, now that you have that nifty spawn beacon, you're probably wondering, what the heck do I do with it? Well, one thing I recommend is put more certs into it. And although that sounds very unappetizing, it's kind of true. If you're going to be the squad leader, you need to be pumping certs into this thing. I'm usually not the leader of my squad, so I don't pump as many certs into this, and this kills me in this battle. Because I want to put a spawn beacon right behind this wall, and I'm not able to until the very end when we're getting pushed out of the area. This hurts us and makes it so we're not as able to get to the point as quickly. So remember, it may hurt, but put certs into it. So by this point in the video, you probably noticed that the spawn beacon is a giant pillar of light that shoots into the sky. And you're probably thinking, why use it? The enemies are just going to come and find it. Well, that's what makes the spawn beacon tricky to use. Because you need to put this spawn beacon in cover, or with lots of friendlies. Some good places to put it are on top of a roof that your team controls, because the enemy obviously can't get up there to shoot it. On the outside of enemy walls that your team has a good foothold on, because this allows you to drop on the walls, or on a vantage point, maybe on like some mountains outside of a base that you can drop down in on and snipe from. Some other uses for the spawn beacon are some potentially quick strikes or quick fixes. So a quick strike could be an infiltrator who's your squad leader, sneaks into an enemy base, plants it, and you have the rest of your squad on standby to drop in. And the quick fix is if a generator is being taken or it's about to be destroyed, you can put a spawn beacon down and get lots of troops on the target location right away. So one mistake that people make when using the spawn beacon, which really hurts them, is they put the spawn beacon where they want to spawn. And although I can see you cringing, going, huh? Right now, I'll explain what I mean. What I mean is that the drop pod is going to drop you in a general area of that spawn beacon. So that means you can sometimes be above where your spawn beacon is, and sometimes you will be below where your spawn beacon is. Very rarely will you land directly on where it is. But this can be used to your advantage. Like I mentioned earlier, if you're able to get a spawn beacon next to an enemy wall, you can drop right on top of that wall and just screw with their defenses. Other uses that I've found are like right here you see in this video. I'm trying to get a spawn beacon up to get on top of this roof so we can move to the point. Another way you can use it is to drop down on your opponents. Since the drop pod does kill if you land on someone, if you put it on top of the hill and drop down where the enemies are coming, you can sometimes squish and surprise enemies who are below you. So our real life connection today is going to be one from the Civil War. And now I can see all of you guys going, how the heck is a beacon that emits a pillar of energy light into the sky that allows you to drop down from a spaceship in orbit relate to the Civil War? Well, yeah, I'm about to explain it. So, the spawn beacon isn't necessarily really supposed to be a weapon, although you can squish people with your drop pod. But what it's supposed to be is it is supposed to be a way to get to areas that your team really needs to secure. whether if that's an enemy fortification or an area where you're just outnumbered. This is a really quick and easy way to get members into the fight. So this relates to the Battle of Little Round Top because they had to hold the line. And although this battle has been blown out of proportion several times, and there's many debates on whether there was actually even a battle there, or if there was even supposed to be an attack there, or what. But the point is that the Union men were able to hold the line against the Confederates, who were trying to flank around and secure the rest of the Union forces from behind. If they would have lost this hill, Little Round Top, they would have swept through, and the Confederates might have won the war. But what happened is the Union was able to hold the point. And that's kind of what happens in PlanetSide. You need to hold a point, whether if that's literally the point room, or if that's an important hill, or a location near your center. You have to have men to secure the point, and the squad beacon does that. So let's go over a quick review of what we have learned today. First off, we've learned that as much as it hurts, you're going to need to pump a couple hundred certs into that squad beacon. It's really going to help you in the long run, and your teammates are going to thank you for it when they can spawn more quickly. Also remember that this spawn beacon is not stealthy, and it's also not bulky. So it's going to go down very easily if you put it in a place where enemies can see it. Hide your spawn beacon in branches of trees or behind rocks, stuff like that, where it's not as blatantly obvious to the enemy. Also, you can put it in large concentrations of allies so you can get your troops right back into the fight, and the enemies won't be able to break through the line to get it. Remember to use the squad beacon for your advantage. Don't just use it for a place to spawn. It is a very dangerous weapon and can turn the tide of a battle easily. Being able to drop down on enemy snipers or people who are picking off your vehicles can turn the tide of a battle. Also remember some of the tactics we talked about with the quick strike and the quick fix. Being able to go and get a generator really quickly back online, or be able to plan an immediate strike on a target location. Remember Little Round Top and how it's not necessarily about whether your battle was big or not or what. It's about holding the point and gritting it out, because it can have a large impact on the rest of the battle. So guys, I hope you found this video interesting and enjoyable. Go check out some of my other Trials of War videos. We have a large range of topics, talking from how to just deal with defending your bases or attacking enemy bases, how to deal with vehicles, how to drive vehicles, you name it, we got it. And if we don't got it, it's probably coming down the pipeline. So if it's your first time seeing some of my videos, feel free to subscribe. We're a growing channel, and I'm hoping to be posting lots of content. Hopefully we'll also be getting some new games in here. So if you guys have any suggestions for games you would like to see, please also leave that down in the comments. So guys, thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more PlanetSide videos. This is Showstopper, and I'm out.